There is not something that can waste a teenager's time more than fucking girls, man. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, right? I never had a girlfriend before, nor have I popped anyone's cherry yet. I've had crushes and stuff like any other normal, healthy male. I never really talked to women that much. During my senior year, when I started to care about looks, I was getting looks and shit. I was into a girl since middle school, not like obsessive, but just like being into her for 3 years. Gave up with her, and I've just had other crushes sprinkled out throughout the years that I've never had the balls to fucking go up to and talk to. That's why I don't make fucking dating content, because I don't have the experience in it really to ever talk about it. But there was this one crush during my senior year that kind of took over the rest of the year. If you're watching this, you should know that I'm referring to. You're probably not going to watch this, but if you are, this is about you. I've been stupid. I'm going to explain the whole thing here because I don't give a fuck. I really don't. This is how it is being a teenager in school and dealing with crushes. I went to Gyra's Ed last summer, right? Right before I started this channel, actually. Did a week's worth of Gyra's Ed. The girl that I'm referring to, she was in that class, out of all weeks in the year. When it was the first day of Gyra's Ed, I got there, I was one of the last people to arrive there, so all the seats were taken. There's only a few seats open. And the one I picked, and it was accidental, by the way, it was right behind this person, of course. And I didn't even know at first, but then once I sat for a few seconds and saw the person in front, I was thinking, oh shit, I've seen this person in school before. So that was the start of me being aware of this person. I, thought that they were attractive and stuff, but the problem was that I just didn't say shit. I'm gonna be honest, bro. My Gyra's Ed class was stacked, man. There were some good girls all around me. I was just shyer back then. I'm still not where I want to be, but at least I'm better now. But one real regret is not starting something then, because I was right behind her in class. And this person was in the grade below me in high school. And when the school year started, kind of forgot about the person. I went to a couple after school activities, saw the person. There was one time where we actually talked because we, had a little history. We had Gyra's Ed, so then we just caught up on that. We had a decent conversation. And after that, for a few months, it was just nothing once again. But sometimes I would be walking the halls, this person would be I feel like they would look a little, it's a second longer, but that's not really a good enough sign. But then this is when it all changed, because I saw this person in the gym for the first time. You know me, I love the gym. I love myself a fucking muscle mommy. I love people that are into their health. And when I saw her in the gym doing fucking Bulgarian split squats, bro, with what she was wearing, oh my god. We looked at, a little longer too. I walked into the gym, bro. It was my leg day, and once I saw that, I literally PR'd every exercise for the remainder of that session. Once that happened, I started getting obsessed with this person. I was really into her. I started thinking about her a lot. I even asked one of my friends if she had a fucking boyfriend or not. Oh my god. And they said no. So that's when I'm shit, man. I gotta make a move quick because people can get snatched up like that. And I was aware of that whole concept, but I wasn't aware enough. Because spoiler alert, things didn't go anywhere. The whole thing is that I should have moved quicker, and I didn't realize that women were as promiscuous as they were. Basically, that weekend after seeing her in the gym that week, I could not stop thinking about it. And it felt like the biggest waste of time. I started reading into everything. Once that weekend flew by, it was the next school week. So then I started trying to make moves and shit. I even replied to her story because she likes to sing and stuff, so I replied to her story. And then in school, I tried to say hi at first, and then, she was reciprocating back. And then I posted something on my story on me on the guitar. So then she replied to that. Basically, she made a move this time. So then once that happened, I'm okay, shit's getting serious. But then the next day after that story reply, it was the last day before February vacation. It was supposed to be a week-long vacation, but there ended up being the blizzard of 26, which extended another week of vacation, which you might think, what's wrong with that? You get more time off. Nope, that just fucked up the entire momentum I had, because I was making moves. We were saying shit to each other back. There was 2 weeks of no contact, nothing. I didn't even post a story. I didn't do shit. That just fucked up everything. And then ever since then, I tried to recover it, but then I started giving up after just days going by. The whole thing was I was into this girl too much during senior year of my high school. She was a junior, and it just didn't get me anywhere because I was too fucking scared to make a move. It's the same thing with so many people, and I fell into that fucking trap. And now every time I hear certain songs, it makes me think of that era. It just makes me sad. Of course, she found a new motherfucker, and it's a bad boy as well. I gotta admit, this is part of the pussy in me. A lot of areas of life, I'm not a degenerate in, right? I don't fucking fap. If I am going to, it's only through imagination. And I don't fucking party. I don't smoke. With the whole girl thing, that's the one gap. That's the one part that is kind of just annoying the fuck out of me. Because I always think, wow, if I just had the nuts to just ask her on a date in person, would have solved every problem. Because, yes, let's say she would have rejected me. She possibly would have. Even though I feel like she might have had something for me, but probably not. At least I would have got my answer, and it would have taken a lot of stress off my shoulders. This whole thing of dancing around your crush and just being in this middle ground of not escalating but not giving up and just being in this little middle ground. That's the worst thing you could fucking do. Either get accepted or get rejected. There's no other fucking choice. Because if you're just gonna play this middle ground, you're wasting so much fucking time. That's the thing, bro. Crushes are the biggest waste of time. You fantasize all the good things that could happen with this person. You don't ever think of the negatives. That's what crushes are. It's like a fucking Disney movie. And maybe if you're not compatible in this or that way, you never think of that. You always just think of the positive. So crushes are just a lack of information, really. That's it. That's all they are, is just a lack of information. Because if you really got to know who they were, maybe they wouldn't be the same like to you in your head. But when these guys have crushes, it's like a lot of it's because they don't know much about the person. And they just fantasize and fantasize. Wet dreams about her. I never had a wet dream about her, but I dreamt of her quite a few times, especially during that peak era, which lasted 2 months, by the way, of me trying to like do something with the person. Oh my god, if she's watching this video, I don't care. Watch the motherfucker. This is my perspective. Call me a soy boy. I'm inexperienced with this whole shit. I was a grown fucking man. I was 18. I was still being a little bitch. You don't want to do what I did and just dilly dally. When you're in school, it's like a fucking businessman in your 20s. You move fast. You move fast in all parts of life. You don't want to slow down, bro. Let's say you go 90 miles per hour in a fucking car. Don't slow down. High school goes by fast. It really fucking does. And if you don't think that, it's because, you know, you're going day to day and you keep thinking, oh, it's so slow. But I'm telling you, when you're in my position and you graduated out of the fucking high school, you look back and you're like, damn, 3 years like that. And you usually regret a lot of things. And her thing was one of the biggest things I regretted in my high school years. That was like my only shot. Like that was the one I really was like into. There were other cute girls in there, but nothing sparked like that person. Something about her really got to me. And in fact, and there was so many coincidences too. Like when I would go outside a lot just to ride my bike, I would see her driving by a lot. Even the dress that she picked for prom was actually my favorite color. Imagine if I could went to prom with this person. I fucked up, bro. Don't be like me. Don't waste time in high school. And crushes are the biggest part of that. If you really want to waste time, just dwell and just crush on everybody and just don't do shit. Remember, the feeling of regret is always worse than the feeling of rejection. I gotta make a separate video on that alone. It's a really big deal because that's what fucks people's lives up. They don't gain the experiences or the memories that they want or need because they don't have enough of a ball sack. So next time when you wake up or whatever, just when you're ready, have your hand like this, look down, and feel if you got enough down there. Feel if you even have a second testicle. If you don't, then it makes sense why you don't do shit. But if you have 2 normal sized testicles, there's no reason not to go forward with girls. And now with really barely any experience, going on 19 in a few months, I don't know, man. Now that I'm out of school and there's not really girls I talk to, because I gotta admit, I've been in the self-improvement shit a lot and I'm pretty isolated right now and I'm just trying to get my work schedule going and, you know, with the job and then having time for this, having enough money just to live week to week. There's not really time to go and date these girls, bro. Unless I make a little more money, then I can maybe go afford a date or so every week. But until I make more money, whether it be from working full time now or making money from this, until then, nothing's gonna really happen. I'm gonna just keep doing me, I guess. But enough with the fucking yap. Just don't do what I did. I keep saying this, just don't fucking do what I did. Crushes are the biggest waste of time. And I'm over it, man. Bye.